his contact details and the details of his website.
Webswipes.
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 That's going to be your new voiceover thing. Continence pants and webswipes.
Webswipes.
Okay, let's try that again. You also have carved a little niche out for yourself as a photographer as well. And again, you do a lot of weddings, things like that. Is it what other work do you do as a photographer?
Bits of corporate photography, weddings, PR, bits and pieces. It's something that completely came out of left field, and I picked up and started picking up as a hobby actually. And it was another one of those. Everything I've been doing for years has been so performance related, and I suddenly found something that wasn't related to performance or being on stage or the theatre. It was something outside of that world that I suddenly found a real passion for, and I think it might have been because it is something so removed. It's something that's completely different, and I really enjoy that. But I actually found I was very good at it, and I really enjoyed it, and suddenly started earning money from it.
So
and I haven't let it go, and I don't want to let it go. Because it's such a pleasure.
So you say it's very removed from being a performer, but at the same time, I mean, it's still creating art.
Oh, yeah, it's still creative. No, it's still very, very creative. It's just, I don't know. It's like shooting a wedding. Sometimes
the wedding photographers are performers.
Yes, yeah. You know, being an actor has really helped in that game, because you are literally controlling crowds.
Yeah, of course.
And you're doing this, and you're trying to be the nicest guy in the world on that day. That's really important.
Approachable, get people at their best,
and also
relaxed.
Yeah, and everyone's really stressed, and actually kind of having a background in performance where I don't tend to get nervous on these things. I'm quite good at handling in the moment pressure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That's one thing.
You are quite good at being cool.
Yeah, in a stressful situation. So something like wedding photography, I kind of really enjoy, because everyone's like and it's quite high pressure. But actually, you just kind of cruise through it and come away with something beautiful at the end of the day, and I really enjoy that.
How much of this is still a hobby, and how much of it is a stream of employment? And where does the hobby stop and the employment start, or is the?
Well, you can ask that about any of them, really.
Right.
Because half of them I still do for fun.
Right. Okay. And that's the important thing. This is what we were talking about
exactly.
before. That you do stuff that you enjoy doing.
Exactly, and it's just it is a hobby, but it happens to
pay some bills.
Acting's still a hobby, but it happens to pay. Flight direction's a hobby, but it pays.
Would you say you've got that look at me gene that a lot of performers have? The
I
idea that you like to be on. I've got a look at me gene. Yeah, just shut up. And a lot of our friends have look at me genes.
Yeah.
Would you say that there is an element of that for you at all, or?
You know what? Probably, yeah.
Because when we go to the pub, you're not the loudest. When we go out socialising, you're not the loudest out of our circle of friends. But you probably work as much, if not more, than most of us. I think professionally in your various
bits and pieces.
Exactly. Is there any element of you that likes to be the centre of attention, or?
No, I think I just like to be busy.
Right. Okay. Are you very good at sitting still?
I'm really good at sitting still when I have to.
Okay.
Really good
but
at
you
it.
say when you have to.
Yeah.
Is that out of necessity because you've worked yourself to the bone, or is
No. I'm really good at sitting still. I really enjoy a good veg on a couch for a day.
But not something I've known you do for a long time.
I can do it, but to be honest, I do like to be busy. So, and I always feel like I should be. I kind of. So,
do you feel guilty when you're not doing anything?
Slightly, I do, yeah, because I know in my head I've got lists of things that I want to.
Mental
lists of things that I want to do. And
as in goals, or things that you have to do because you're being paid to do those things?
No, just things because I want to. So if I want to progress my photography, I know there's a certain amount of things, and most of them are really dull things that I need to do to go out. That means I will then get more work in photography. So it might be marketing, it might be redesigning a website, it might be this. So there's always a backlog of everything, and the same with the voiceovers. There's always things. There's a list of things I need to do to make sure that still comes in as work.
Yes. Yeah.
Whether it's going out and doing another animation course, so I can learn a little bit more from someone who's
a bit more experience than you.
Had more experience, and might be able to, even if I have come away from a course with one piece of information, it could be worth it. You never know. But yeah, so there's always these lists of things. But then it's really important to take time for yourself as well.
You're at a certain stage of your career now. Am I allowed to say you're getting married next
year? Of course you are. Yeah.
Congratulations.
In 81 days.
81 days. That's insane.
Isn't it?
That's insane. And you're getting married in Australia?
Yep.
Any surfing?
Yeah.
Does your wonderful wife to be know this yet?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yep. She's all on board, but she does keep sending me articles of shark attacks and stuff. Thanks for that.
Brilliant. Okay, so quick fire. TV or theatre?
Theatre.
Fight directing or voiceover?
Gonna say fight directing.
Fight directing or acting?
Acting.
Acting or photography?
Oh, I don't know about that one, because they're both completely different.
But they both take up a big part of your life.
Yeah. I'm gonna say acting. Maybe photography. The thing is, as I get older, I can see myself leaning more into the photography.
So this is the thing, so we're getting to a point in our lives. I know, I love teaching workshops with a huge amount of energy, and I think, if you can enthuse and inspire, then you can pass any information over, and that's a job of a teacher. But I don't know if I'm going to have that energy to be able to teach workshops in the way that I teach for the rest of my life. And it is that thing about, actually, we get to a certain age now where we need to start thinking about,
it's just about what you're doing next, isn't it? But
then you've got fight directors that we know and have worked with who, late 60s.
There is no timeline on this. It's not about becoming too old or becoming too tired, any of that. No, you can do this forever. I was working with Bill Hobbs 3 years ago when he was last fight directing me. What was he? He must have been in his early 80s. He was still going.
Christ.
He was still going,
wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was. He's a legend. So there's no timeline. There's no definite timeline. You can still do these jobs, and I fully intend on doing it. It's just, I think, and it's not about not loving theatre and not these things. It's about just not being closed-minded. That this is all I'm ever going to do, and I'm only ever going to be in a theatre. No, there's a lot more out there.
Yeah.
And if all I'm ever going to do is be in a theatre, then I'm going to work in theatre and be a fight director or an actor. Then all I'm ever really probably going to do is sit in a back box. In London.
Yeah.
With photography, that can allow me to travel. It can allow me to go out. It can go see more stuff. And it's less about the black box in London.
Really, really, really interesting. And if you had any advice for your younger self, with the benefit of hindsight, what would it be? 18-year-old Simon John's about to go and start his degree. Was it a degree you did?
It was a degree.
The 3-year acting course.
Yeah.
What does that Simon need to know?
Right, so this that he needs to know to do his taxes on time. He needs to know to put his receipts in a really organised place and do them at the very first opportunity.
Can you tell 40-year-old Rich to do this as well?
I'm still trying to tell 38-year-old Simon to do it as well. Yeah. No, you know what? I suddenly thought, I was thinking about this the other day. There's so many things that I kind of, over the years, I've thought, is that a regret? Would I have changed that? Would I have changed this? But actually, and this is going to sound really, 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 really silly in a weird way, but I don't think I would change anything or tell me to do anything differently.
Wow.
Because I like where I am. I would, actually, no, okay, so I'd like to be a little more organised financially and those kind of things, or with money, just just a little more smarter in those kind of ways. But actually, having said that, then I wouldn't be me.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
And that would mean I would be a different person. But actually, like I said, I'm getting married in 81 days, and if I had changed anything, then maybe that wouldn't be happening, and that's awesome.
So if you were to change anything about the way that you lived your life and the decisions you made, then maybe the great things that you're doing now and the most treasured things in your lives now, you wouldn't have.
I probably would take a few more risks, I think.
Failure is it's a thing,
there's been a few times that I would have kind of gone, you know what? Forget it, just go for it, do it, don't be scared to fail.
Who cares? Yeah, because we've all failed.
Many times.
And we've many times. We will laugh at ourselves about those occasions.
And actually it's a really good thing, because it teaches you a lot.
It's a really taboo word, and it's such a shame that it is, because every single person watching at home now will have failed at something, and it's something you'll probably laugh about with your friends and family. It's probably a funny anecdote that you share with people now. It's just a very important thing to fail, but as a society we let so much stigma into failing or so much weight on succeeding, and it's a shame. So you strike me as being an incredibly happy person.
I'm very happy. I'm okay. I'm quite happy.
You got a really nice life.
I'm lucky, man. I'm lucky, but it's not in the grand, not in everywhere that everyone's there's luckier people, but you make your own, and being happy can be a choice.
For some people. Yeah. Would you? Okay, so Simon's life's been perfect, and you wouldn't change a thing.
Perfect, but
you wouldn't change a thing about what you've done necessarily, apart from maybe taking a few more risks. So if anybody watching at home isn't an 18-year-old Simon about to head off to Lipper, but somebody who has an interest in being in this industry, what advice would you give those people based on your experiences?
Don't get locked into something thinking that you have to do this.
Okay.
Don't get locked in thinking you have to be an actor and there's only one way to do it.
Right.
Just do what makes you happy.
Did you set off just to become an actor? No, I say just become an actor. Did you set off to become an actor? Was that the goal if you go to drama school?
That was the goal.
So you had no idea about being a fight director at that time, or being a voice artist at that time, no? Or you played music?
I played music. I played a lot of music, and I played in bands, and we played thousands of gigs over the years.
It's funny, because when I went, I remember being 18. My mum and dad used to own a hotel in Leeds, and we had an agent come and stay who was coming to visit one of her clients doing a show at the West Yorkshire Playhouse. And being an 18-year-old, really hungry for working in this industry, I was like, "Can you give me some advice?" She was like, "What do you do?" I was like, "I want to be an actor. I want to write. I want to do stand-up. I play guitar. She went, "You need to find one thing to do and focus on that."
You know what? There is something to be said for that. There is.
I tried. I went off and trained and tried to do that, and I came out finding there was more things I wanted to do, stand-up comedy and all sorts of stuff.
There is something to be said for that, and there's no reason why. It's all down to personal choice. Mm-hmm. If what you want to be is the best actor in the world and that's it, then just do acting, and that's what you do. If you focus on one thing, then you stand more of a chance of having a pure mastery of it.
Right.
I like to experience lots of things. Yeah. So I'm very good at a lot of things. I wouldn't say I'm an absolute master of any of them.
No, but you offer. Okay, you offer absolute competence and skill, and and a really good eye, I think, and integrity to what you do.
I mean, I'm very.
How much do you bluff?
I don't.
At all?
No.
No bluffing at all?
No, but if I wasn't, people wouldn't know about it.
And how much of the actor would be stepping into that?
Oh, huge amounts. No, it is. There's a difference between bluffing and difference between filling people with confidence. Mm-hmm. Those are two different things. Bluffing to me says that you are.
I don't mean blagging. That's what I mean. No, see, I don't mean blagging. I mean going to something with the integrity that you've got and the skills that you have. But then facing situations where, I don't have to do this, and I need to.
Well, one of the most important skills I learned a long time ago is how to put people at ease.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And
You
that,
do that.
and that is the,
You
and
do
that is the first thing in any given situation.
Yeah.
So as long as people are, because people don't want you to fail. People don't expect you to fail in what you're doing, whether it's whether whatever you're doing. So if you can put people at ease, and then that gives you time and space to do your job properly.
Yeah.
If people aren't at ease and you've given them a reason to doubt you, then that's actually going to work in to your disadvantage.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So it's that thing about being prepared as well as you can be, and trying to be assured that people are asking you to do this because
of a reason, and having confidence in yourself, because confidence is 99% of everything.
Knowing
your stuff, being prepared, but confidence will carry you through if you believe in yourself, if you truly believe in yourself, in what you're doing and your ability.
Brilliant. Simon, thank you very, very much.
Pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Behind the Fourth Wall. If you want to contact Simon at all, you want to hire him for anything, his website and his contact information is going to be in the description below. But for now, my name's been Richard Gittins. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Thank you.